Brooklyn, Brooklyn. What's up? What's up? We are back. Welcome back to the channel. We are here June the 16th, and this is going to be the breakdown. 2-game slate we got going for Wednesday on Draftkings for June 16th. I hope you witnessed history right there with Kevin Durant turning out an all-time performance. We smashed on that prop. Definitely. The other two props did not come through. Joe Harris did not shoot well, and Brook Lopez did not get 10 rebounds. That is okay. If you listen to me on Jeff Green, I spoke about Jeff Green for 5 minutes. Like, if you go back to the video, I spoke about him for a lot. I told you how efficient he was from the three-point line. What did he do? If you listen to me, I told you what was going to happen. What did he do? The man was like 7 for 8 from the three-point shooting line. Are you kidding me? Come back from injury hitting that many threes? If you took advantage of Kevin Durant, because I told you that was a slam dunk guarantee, 35. You could have done 40. You could have done 45. And cashed. If you listen. Pay attention, all right? I'm trying to teach you how to fish right here. I'm giving you the fishing pole, teach you how to fish. All right, you don't have to copy everything I do. I'm giving you breadcrumbs. You can lead on to something else, okay? We're here to help each other, all right? I don't know everything, but the knowledge I do have will lead you to the correct answer. Jeff Green, great play. Kevin Durant was obvious, but if you could have went above that, because the team was on his back. He came through. The news about James Harden affected Mike James. We understand that, and affected all the other guys, all the other role players. Okay, so that's understandable. You adjust. All right, you adjust. So now we're gonna go into today's 2-game slate we got going on. For DraftKings. Let's start at the point guard position. 7 came below. You know the rules. We got the Atlanta Hawks, Philadelphia 76ers back at home. LA Clippers, tying the series, going back to Utah Jazz, okay? Now Utah's home. So this is very interesting. Does Mike Conley come back? That's another big question mark. We will see. Let's start at the point guard position. 7K below. I got some 3K guys for you so you can pay up for Trae Young. So you can pay up for Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I got some $3,000 guys for you. We're going to start off with Patrick Beverley getting consistent minutes. All right. Finally, we understand the little adjustment that Tyronn Lue has done with his whole team. Obviously, Patrick Beverley is in there to play defense. That's why you see the fouls there. You see 4-3. And then luckily he stayed in a little longer, only got 1 personal foul, but he's there to provide pressure on Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, guys like that. He is a nagging type of defender, but he can chip in for a couple points, couple steals, couple assists, couple rebounds. The blocks came out of nowhere, but if you need someone to chip in at the min price, don't expect a freaking 30 bomb from this, man. Don't. Stop. Let's be smart here. But if you do need a salary saver, say you filled out the entire lineup, and you was like, dang, I got like $3,100 left. You can pick Patrick Beverley and be okay. Okay? You can do that. All right? I understand. Because you want to fit in. You want Embiid, then dang. You want Donovan Mitchell, he's going to get like 35 because Mike Conley's probably not going to play. And then, Ben Simmons has been playing well. He's due for a triple-double or at least another double-double. The stuff adds up. You need salary savers. Patrick Beverley is a guy I'm looking forward to. Next is a shooting guard, Jordan Clarkson, 6,300. They bumped up his price, $200. Okay, the reason for that, coming back home. Getting some home cooking. Both of those 2 home games he had against the Clippers were his 2 best performances in this series. If you look at the past 2 games, 25 DK and 16 DK, that does not eclipse the other 2 games from the first 2, 30 and 27. Now, Clarkson, he shoots better than this. He shoots better than this. He can at least shoot for like 40%. And he's been struggling. 25 and 31. He's coming back home. Playing home is different. Role players step up. Jordan Clarkson, I like him in a tightly contested game. I like him to step up, especially if Mike Conley's out. If Mike Conley's out, this is another boost to him. Okay, another boost to him because you see the consistency. 12 shot attempts, 16 shot attempts, 15 shot attempts, 18 shot attempts. Okay, that's what we're looking for. He just needs to knock down the shot. He's been struggling, but we're gonna still ride it. All right, that means low ownership. He's been struggling. Not a lot of people be like, that's okay. He hasn't done anything for him. He let me down last time. Okay, we'll scoop him up and play him. He has high upside. Next is going to be small forward Furkan Korkmaz. I did like him the game previous. He had a okay performance at 3,500 with 18 DK. We want 20 at least if we're paying at 3K salary, but he did do decently. Okay, he did do decently. Now he's coming back home where he's going to shoot better. Obviously, he's familiar with the rims, and obviously he is starting. Maybe they might do a switch. We will see. They might go defensive with Tybal, but that's even better. If Furkan Korkmaz is coming off the bench, I like him with less stress and less sharing the ball with all the stars. He'll come off the bench. He'll be more of a focal point off the bench, knocking down some threes, knocking down some jumpers. Okay, so that is another punt play you can consider. All right, at 3,800, getting 20 plus minutes. Next is going to be Nicholas Batum for the LA Clippers, and this man has been very consistent each and every game. Since the Clippers have turned it on and turned it around, they've gone to that more small lineup. You've seen Batum get major minutes. 35 in game 3, 32 in game 4, 17 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds, and then 7 points, 3 steals, 1 block, 4 assists. That's the type of guy he is. He provides so many things on both sides of the ball. He has the size to do so, and he has a vision. He can pass the ball very well. Type Marcus All type of a European type player right there with his vision and can knock down the jumper. He struggled from the 3-point line, so he could have even had a better day than 30 DK in game 4. I think he does it yet again, taking advantage of that small lineup, and they're having fits. They're having fits with Kawhi Leonard, man. They're having fits with him, and they're having fits with Paul George being aggressive. This leads to, focal points on the defense to those two players, kicking it out to Nicholas Batum, kicking it out to Reggie Jackson, kicking it out to Marcus Morris. Those guys have come up big, knocking down shots. And this LA Clippers team is clicking on all cylinders. Okay? Next, before we go to the center play, we're going to go to Reggie Jackson. All right, he has let us down in one game. Okay? So in game 2, 37 DK. Game 3, 27 DK. Then a poor performance. All right. The first game in game 1, understandable. You had 6 personal fouls. Okay. We watched that. Then you bounce back, and then you have another good solid game. Now you've been dropped down to 5,100 because you had 9 DK, but it was a blowout. Marcus Morris got hot, so he took most of those shots, and Reggie Jackson didn't have to play that much or be much of a focal point because the game was over. The game was over relatively easily early in that first quarter when they were up by like 20. So we understand what happened. We expect a better performance from Utah because Game 5 is the decisive game in all series, usually, most likely. Yes. So Reggie Jackson is going to have a nice bounce-back performance. I expect him to continue his hot three-point shooting because he's been money. If you had that prop bet of 3 threes, at least in the game for Reggie Jackson, he has come through each and every time. 3-8, 4 for 10, 3-8, 6 to 12, 3-7, 3-8. He's come through each and every time except for this one time. It was like a 10-game streak. 10-game streak. So we're going to go back to that well. I love his price at 5,100. He can be a staple in most lineups, okay? Next, and last but not least, is going to be center John Collins. I've spoken about him if you've seen my previous videos. During the regular season, he has high upside, very high upside. If Philadelphia is going to, focus in on Trae Young and another defender be on Bogdanovich, They need another scorer. John Collins is that guy. He stepped up big with the rebound department. As you can see, the lobs are there. And if he can hit an occasional three-pointer, that is very huge for the Atlanta Hawks, okay? They need that. They need that. And he's been very good banging down below, getting the rebounds. 12 in Game 4, 7 and 10. Okay, we've had one double-double in the series. He has the possibility of getting another. But if we're looking at the salary and the center position, obviously we want to play Embiid. He is a absolute lock. I understand he had a poor fourth quarter, over 12, poor second half. It was over 12, but you expect a bounce back. That is an all-star, all-star player. He's going to bounce back. But John Collins, if you need another center option, if you can go Clint Capella. He's getting the rebounds, but struggling on the point side because he has to deal with defense from Joel Embiid. But other than him, I like John Collins at 6K. All right, let's look over at FanDuel, just checking the salaries. You got Patrick Beverley at 38 compared to 3K on DraftKings. This is a punt play, and you're looking at min price type point guards. If you're just looking at that section, you go all the way down. Min price is, let's go. Should be at 335. Yeah, 35. So min price is 35. You're getting Patrick Beverley at 38. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's the same, almost near, not near, same equivalent, because 3,500 is just $300 more. That's the difference you're paying, okay? But that's if you feel you're comfortable with the rest of your lineup and you're okay of taking that shot on Patrick Beverley at that point guard position. You got to be sure of that, all right? Next is going to be Jordan Clarkson at 5,300 compared to 6,300. So much cheaper price on him. He's home. He should bounce back. This is the sixth man of the year. So why not? Like, why is he so cheap on FanDuel? This is a play. You play him. You very much play him. Back home, get the shot back, get the crowd going behind him. I like Jordan Clarkson, especially on FanDuel at 5,300. Next is going to be Furkan Korkmaz at 38 compared to 43. Difference is not that much on either side. If you need a punt shooting guard to get you some points, you need him to knock down some threes. Like I said, he's back home, role player, step up. I'm going to continue with him on both sites. Next is Nicholas Batum at 62 compared to 46. So FanDuel knows what's up. They have him correctly priced. If you want to fade that, you can on FanDuel, but understand that this is a solidified 30 or a couple more points on FanDuel. Let's see just the difference just a little bit because he's getting 30 on DK, but we're looking at the game logs. You're getting around about the same 33-30 on FanDuel as well. So I am fine with that price. If you have other options, then change your mind. Change your mind because you can go with Danilo Gallinari. If you want to go cheaper, Bojan is you can go with him, but it's between those two. But if you have a pivot off of Batum, will be Gallinari definitely. Next is going to be John Collins at 6,600 compared to 6K, $600 difference from DraftKings to FanDuel. That is fine. He's been stepping up as of late, and he has that 7K potential, which should be an interesting game. Since Atlanta tied it up, you should see a bounce back performance from Philly. So hopefully they don't blow him out and John Collins gets the minutes that he needs. All right, now let's go to the props. I got 4 for you today. We're going to go to the round robin. Can I even see that bottom one? We'll see. We'll see. We'll take one out. But the first one we're going to go with is Joel Embiid to score 30 points and over. Okay? 30 points and over for Joel Embiid. If we're looking at the previous game log, obviously you know he has the mismatch in 2 out of the 4 games, and luckily it was the 2 home games. He scored over 30 points easily, 39 in game 1, 40 in game 2. So I expect him to revert back to that. He's back home. The crowd's behind him. He's going to show up. Over 12 is not like him at all. At all. Next, we're going to go to Seth Curry, 15 points plus. He's been very, very consistent as a three-point threat and scorer for the Philadelphia 76ers. 17 points in Game 4, 12, which is under 15. That is fine. He got you 21 and 21 in game 1 and 2. So 3 out of the 4 games he has scored over 15 points. That prop looks solid to me, and I'm willing to do it. And then third is going to be Ben Simmons to get you a double-double. I think he's turning it on. He has looked great the past 2 games. And you get him at a cheap price. That's one guy you want to focus on above 7K, might be Ben Simmons. He came through with a 45 bomb. That's 11 points, 9 assists, and 12 rebounds. Him being active on that boards helps them with the fast break because he turns up the pace in a millisecond, man. He is very fast going up and down the blocks. But a double-double is something that I see is not out of the ordinary. He did it in game 1, did it in game 4. So maybe even a triple-double. If you're willing to take that risk, I think Ben Simmons gets you at least a double-double in game 5. Okay? And then last but not least is going to be Reggie Jackson, 15 points and above. Let's just double check that again. Reggie Jackson, 15 points and above. That is because how efficient he's been from that 3-point shooting line. He got you 29 in game 2. He got you 17 in game 3. So you have a 2 for 4. You got a 50% chance on this one. 50% chance. I'm willing to take it. I see the upside in what he's done in those previous games, those threes. If he's knocking out 3 threes, you only need 6 more points. You only need 6 more points. The shots attempts should be going. Hopefully they go up because he had that one big explosion of 19. But other than that, he's been around that 8 to 6 to 7 range. Okay, but I'm willing to take that chance. And it's decent plus money, plus 114. I think it's solid for Reggie Jackson to clear that prop. So that is today's core that we got going on. Let me know how you feel in that comment section down below. I think this is solid. I gave you some 3K options because obviously you're going to be paying up for some expensive guys. Remember, focus on those guys first, whatever the salary that you have left. Then you can plug in those cheap guys and see how it looks. Are you comfortable with that? And try to make a couple extra lineups. You can do a dollar lineup. It doesn't have to be cheap. It doesn't have to be expensive. All right. You're learning. It could be a 20. It could be a quarter lineup. Don't waste your money. All right. Don't waste your money. All right. You gotta understand before you can go all in. But even then, you don't want to go all in. You just want to make sure you keep a nice bankroll going, and you live to see the next day. That is very key. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. Peace out.